right, good evening. I'll go ahead and call to order the public hearing portion of our meeting this evening. We have been approached by the developers of Home Solar LLC with a request for utility easement and a easement for construction of a temporary access drive or an access drive off of Kings Highway. The town built Kings Highway. It didn't build the road all the way to the boundary of a piece of town-owned land before it enters or abuts private property. And so in order to do this access and have the power lines come out through there, they're requesting an easement. Good summary?
Yes.
Anything you'd like to add before we open up for questions?
I think that's a good summary. And
Okay. I'll just also point out that this project has been reviewed by the planning board and nearly a year ago that plan was approved.
Yes, it was originally approved in February of 2024. And the site plan approval has been extended until February of 26. So it went through the planning board process to get site plan approval. The project's also got state permits from Maine Department of Environmental Protection, and it's gone through all the state and federal permitting requirements as well. So the missing piece here is the easement from the town for access and utilities. I'll just turn this plan around for this small portion of the proposed access that ultimately goes up to the project.
Questions? Yes.
So it's based upon private, town of West Bath owning the fee underneath the road. It's not based upon the Kings Highway. It's just not arguing, just curious.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
The other question has nothing to do with this. Where is your connection point going to be?
Right here off of Kings Highway, so this is an existing.
I don't mean the road, I mean the C and the P.
Yes, there's a CMP pole at the edge of Kings Highway that's where the system will tie into the CMP's distribution system.
And you will own the...
There's actually, so that's a good question. There's actually 3 proposed CMP utility poles right here. And then this is the first project-owned pole. So part of this line extension will be 3 CMP utility poles where they'll have their equipment on those poles, and then it becomes project-owned at this point, and continues to be project-owned up to the project.
So the connection point is, you know, all that's going to be taxes, is really what I'm getting at. Because your project will be tax exempt and it goes to the connection point, so.
Our understanding is that the project is not tax exempt because of the interconnection agreement date.
Okay.
So it will be taxed.
Thank you.
And I know another question is what's the benefit to the town?
So first off, we are recognizing that the town's attorney has reviewed the easement documents, so we're going to cover town attorney fees associated with the request. Also, the special town meeting has costs associated with it, so we're going to cover those costs. We have proposed a $1,500 payment for the easement itself. The project will provide tax revenue as well. And then we've also offered to provide credits either from this array or from one of our other arrays to town electric accounts and school accounts as well. And we reviewed the bills. Julie sent us bills from the town and the school, and based on the usage, we're estimating that the town would save about $45,000 over 20 years, and the school about $93,000 over 20 years from those credits.
Any other questions, comments, anything else from the board? Guess I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. We'll
Okay.
see you in 2 weeks
See you in 2 weeks.
for special town meeting.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So now I'll go ahead and call to order the December 4th meeting of the Select Board. Ask you to please rise for the pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What is our desire with the consent agenda?
I'll second that.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor? That is unanimous. The next meeting of the Select Board is scheduled for December 18th at 5:30 here at Town Hall, and the special town meeting will start and the meeting will be immediately following. Brings us to old business discussion, the boundary line between Bath. At this point, we're essentially at a fork in the road. The city has met, City of Bath has met, Julie's met, as our representative, we've met with our respective town attorneys, the surveyors. They have a line that they're recommending, and so at this point, kind of our next steps is to decide, essentially, do we want to declare a dispute and go to the county commissioners, or do we want to take the proposed line to the town meeting and have town meeting decide whether they agree with that proposed line, or do we in fact have a dispute that we need to pursue further? Any initial thoughts of the board before we, are you up to speed on this boundary line?
I thought I was, but I guess I didn't hear the latest development on that. Was that sent out?
We don't have the final survey yet.
So essentially,
That's
So we
what we
don't
have been waiting on.
No,
And
what the actual, okay.
we have a preliminary.
Yeah.
And I can send that to you.
and we're talking about the boundary line that divides West Bath and Bath, essentially, through Wing Park out towards the Old Brunswick Road.
Right. Not the whole
Yeah.
boundary, just a smaller portion. Yeah,
Right.
I was in on the beginning of that.
I guess my only question just would be what, like in a general sense, what are the implications of, or the outcomes of either option?
Cost, I guess, the cost of pursuing legal time, if we go to the commissioners. Jump in and correct me if I'm wrong, you're much more knowledgeable of this than I am. But essentially, we go to the commissioners, there are likely legal fees associated with that dispute. It's a matter of whether we want to make that decision and expose us to those fees, or if we want to wait and get direction from the town as a whole. Accurate?
Yeah, and timeline too. I mean, my timeline, obviously, it's, to me, they've been talking since 2019, but not. Are you aiming for a 2-point line, or are you aiming for a fix the mess immediately, is my concern.
It's my understanding that we're looking at a 2-point line, is that? Yeah.
Is that available for public view by the only person who really gives a rat's behind?
I don't know if it's been put on a single map yet, we are waiting for that.
I can try and get it printed and,
Yeah,
again,
it's not 100% your line, it's not 100% existing lines, I think it shifts, that would be east, if I'm correct. A matter of feet.
From Bass line or from West
From
Bath?
our line. So our line shifts towards Bath's by 5 feet, 10 feet, I don't remember what the exact measurement was.
And their line shifts by 20, 30 to the west. So basically, in framing it from the monument that still exists, and do you have any clue what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. you're going to probably end up where you would end up either way. So, let's get it done, one way or the other. Should you, I don't think it's an either or, as I think about it after talking to Julie. It's a possible that the town will say no.
Sure, absolutely, agreed, 100%.
Is there a point in time where you're going to flip to a, we'll do it the way we don't want to do it?
I'm not sure I understand your question. Are you saying if
In
town meeting
2019,
rejects?
2019 could have gone to the county commissioners.
Sure.
We'd be all done by now. If the landowners, and we would know our tax base, and the landowners would know
Sure.
which town they should talk to. What's the cost of throwing it onto the court, which, the first step, which is say, hey, we did 2851, we'd like to pursue 2852 at no cost and just get it on the docket, because that'll sit there for 3 years anyway.
I don't have that number, fair question. Maybe it makes sense to get that number, maybe in 2 weeks they'll have a map with these lines delineated, and we bring it up again. To your point, we're trying to get resolution, because
What's
Yeah.
3 months?
Well,
Yeah.
fair point. But we have been talking about it for 6 years, and
I think that's my question, is our end goal just to be resolved, or is it to pursue a accurate tax base, or improved tax base? I
The
think
goal from day one has been the shortest route to a defined line.
Yeah,
sure.
I have no problem with it moving 3 feet on one end and 5 feet on the other.
yeah.
So, no, it's whichever way works fastest.
Resolution.
Okay, I'll go ahead and make a motion, we table this to the 18th and ask the town administrator to try to get an estimate on court cost and see if we can get a visual representation of where that new line will be compared to current lines.
I'll second that.
And I would just add maybe a little bit more information detailing our options, or at least for me, because I'm still kind of
Fair.
foggy on.
I have some very detailed, well thought out emails that I can forward to you.
Awesome.
Any other discussions on the motion? All in favor of tabling? That is unanimous. Brings us to new business item 1. And actually, if the board is okay with it, I propose we do item 1, item 2 as a slate. Item 1 is appoint Kate Roberts, regular member of the planning board. Item 2 is appoint Alan Hennessy, alternate member of the planning board. Both of these individuals serve on the planning board now. They're essentially just flipping roles. Alan is the full member and Kate is the alternate. And they've asked to swap.
Thought they were just wondrously, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Looking to approve the appointments.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor? That is unanimous. Do we have to sign?
Yeah, Carly has them.
Oh, sorry.
And that, yeah, that was Madeline's request. She was not putting in the time she had hoped. So,
Next, we have item 3, review the fee schedule. In your packets is our current fees schedule with some notes, perhaps I dare say recommendations or some
Correct.
adjustments.
I checked it surrounding towns to see what they were charging, and we were a little over. And I also talked to Steve for driveway permits, and he asked if we could charge $75, because he visits them at least 3 times.
So the proposed changes are for printed copies, for a printed copy of the land use ordinance. It's currently at $10. The proposal is increased that to 20. Freedom of Information Act request, currently at 15 per hour. The recommendation is 25 per hour past 2 hours allowed by state law. For the floodplain ordinance, currently it's $3. Proposal is to go to 5. Harbor and waterways ordinance, $3 goes to 5. Marine resources conservation ordinance, $3 goes to 5. Property map, full set, currently at 20, proposal is to go to 40. A printed copy of the commitment book, currently at 20, proposal is to go to 50. And then strike the commitment book diskette. Not sure anybody has the ability to read those anymore. Taxpayer address list, is the proposal to remove that as an option? That would be
It's
referred to.
We don't get a request. If we do it, they want it electronic.
Okay, so
Email.
we would strike that from this list. Assessing data, strike that from this list. Voters list diskette, strike, and driving permit, $75. I did notice somewhere else, and I will find it, there's another reference to the cost of the driveway permit on our website that we need to update as well if we make this change.
I saw that, and I think that's for the application. Is there a fee for the application?
There is another fee schedule that I think we should also look at that is called
Building,
fees and application fees and penalties, I think. is what
that's
it's called.
for building and ordinances.
Yeah,
And I asked John to look that over.
sure.
And they have a workshop Tuesday to go over the ordinance. And hopefully he'll bring that to them. But they just updated that not very long ago.
It doesn't seem like it was that long.
This one was 2019.
Peter Osirico.
Do you think that we should list any, credit card processing fees on this?
No, we don't set the fee.
Okay,
Credit card company sets it.
okay, yeah, I just didn't know if it should be listed somewhere.
And I'm assuming, at least I know, most of this is available on our website, which they could open and print at home for free. Any other board comments on the proposed changes to the fee schedule?
No.
Do we have a motion?
I will move to accept the fee schedule as amended.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor? That is unanimous.
And honestly, a full set of property card maps, I don't think I've ever done a full set. But if you're charging $1 a page for that size. Thank you.
Next, we have item 4, special town meeting warrant. Greetings. In the name of the state of Maine, you are hereby required to notify and warn the voters of the town of West Bath and the said county qualified by law to vote at town affairs. To meet at the West Bath Town Hall in the said town on Thursday, the 18th day of December 2025 at 5:30 o'clock in the evening, then and there to act upon the following articles set out to wit. Article 1, to choose a moderator by written ballot to preside at said meeting. Article 2, to see if the town will vote to authorize the select board to execute easements to West Bath Tonal Solar LLC, NT Land LLC, and Central Maine Power over an unused portion of Kings Highway for the purpose of installing electrical lines and vehicular access to serve the West Bath Tonal Solar Project on land at map R01 lot 13. The select board recommends a yes vote given unto our hands this 4th day of December 2025. signed by the members of the select board. Do we have a motion to approve the warrant?
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
Any discussion on the motion?
No.
All in favor?
Thank you, Kim.
I wrote it in the L.
Thank you.
I guess you can have it too.
That brings us to public comments. Seeing none. Future agenda items. Meet with the Climate Resilience Committee on recommendations from the energy audit. Are there any other future agenda items you'd like to?
So I know at last meeting, we talked about the lights at the fire department. I spoke with John, the fire chief, and those lights are all fixed. They were fixed that evening, one was on. And we had talked about a road ordinance, which I put a copy right from the MAH's website. Pittsburgh, Georgetown, and I believe Woolwich also use the same. And I talked to Steve, the road commissioner, and that's exactly what he's looking for. So I'll send it on to Kristen and to get her approval, and we can put it on the town meeting warrant.
The other question I have about this, and it may be in here, I just haven't seen it yet, is something that states in the event that damage is caused, significant damage is caused to a road, the recourse to the person that caused the damage. That would be my only question of how we could potentially add some language in there in regards to that.
And seek restitution for cost of repairs.
Okay, and penalties.
Section 7.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take some time to read through it. If you have questions, you can shoot them to you can ask Kristen, and then we can talk about it in a future meeting, decide if you want to adopt it.
Okay.
Any other future agenda items? Long list of things to-
And we will be doing the calendar, holiday calendar next meeting as well.
I don't know if it makes sense to do on the 18th, but maybe on the first meeting in January, can we do a finance update?
On the first meeting, I'm not sure when you're gonna want the first meeting.
Yes, on the first regular meeting in January. What did
You're gonna want to reschedule that.
Oh, yeah, we will.
And Tracy is working on some financials for your next meeting, actually.
Brings us to item 7, select board comments and announcements. I do have one. We did receive a letter from the Woolwich Fire Department dated October 21st, 2025. West Bath Fire Department, the members of the Woolwich Fire Department sincerely appreciate the mutual aid response on October 12th, 2025. As you know, our department was committed to a serious PI crash with a second crash involving a few of our responders. Mutual aid assists such as yours are pertinent for a rapid response at a time when our own assets are committed or unavailable. We are thankful that both crashes were handled without further incident and all parties are recovering. Thank you for your continued support to our department and community. Respectfully, Chief Sean Merrill. Well done, West Bath Fire. Thank you for always representing our town so well. Additionally, sorry I asked to follow, dog licenses are available. If you have not registered your dog, you may do so in person, by mail, or on the website.
Not online right now. The things aren't, not online.
We prefer that you come in and register your dog in person and say hello. We
You
wish
can
you a
mail
happy
it,
holidays if you
and I mail
postcard.
the tag.
The state went with a new system and it's not user-friendly in no towns.
Okay.
We're not using it, we're sticking with
Highly
what
recommend
we
in
know.
person for a improved customer experience. Any other announcements?
Yes, The West Bath Historical Society is hosting their annual Christmas service and carol sing on Wednesday, December 10th at 7 p.m. at the Old West Bath Meeting House. And it's sure to be a great event.
What's going on at the Patent Free Library tomorrow night?
Friday night back.
The
Right.
Starry
Starry
Night,
Night.
they're having illuminate, yeah.
5 to
There's
7 or
like different
8.
sections, there's like 5 to 6 outside and then 6 to 7 inside.
The post is on our website.
The poster's on the website, yes.
Any other comments or announcements?
I'll move to adjourn.
Okay, a motion over here, we're second.
Yes, I
All in favor? That is unanimous.
Did you sign the minutes?
yeah. Haven't made their way down here yet.
Keith
The
knows.
what?
Lines and- He's like Kathy.
What did it?
The warrant, I haven't, she asked a couple times, I said I hadn't made it yet.